Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Time for another round of an urban world. It's been a while, but we're back with one of my favourite map sets. Let's go for 3 minutes and 30 seconds to give ourselves a bit of time to explore and see how things go. Okay, this already looks like the UK. Maybe not quite. Lios Tutal, Baliugi and Fennet. We've got the R's and the N's. Okay. So possibly Ireland here is actually what I'm thinking, just because, you know, English writing and so on, the old hill, but then we've got these words like Shane and Bailey, so let's just see, N's. I think N69 should pretty quickly yield as a road in Ireland, sorry, let's say. I think we're almost certainly in Ireland as opposed to Northern Ireland. So what can we see here? We've got the 59. The 59, geez, the 59 is a long road, isn't it? The 61, the 60, the 62, the 67, the 68. We're getting closer here. And the 69. There we go. Fantastic. So perhaps we're in Limerick or we're in Tralee. I think Limerick is more likely, ever so slightly, just because of where we are. Although it does say north to the N69. So the R551 and the R558 are the next ones to look for. So 511 is there. That is not right. And I don't see the others. So let us go down the 69 and see what is here. R555. We want the 551. No, so Tralee it is. That's right. Okay, well, perhaps that's where we are. I suspect we're in the city centre here. So with 1 minute and 45 to go, we should be able now to figure things out a bit more. We're by the old mill accommodation. That might or might not show up somewhere, but we did see some more signs there, didn't we? So why don't we see... Unfortunately, I can't read those. Look, we're by a Lidl. The Education and Training Board. It's quite a big intersection here, it seems. We're almost certainly in the centre of this town, so, you know, pretty confident with that. There's a long straight road out. To the north. So I wonder if we can sort of see a long straight road out to the north. I suspect we'll be here. Or maybe here. I'm actually going to go back to the beginning, just because I think we were close there, but needed ultimately to get something else. So perhaps it's better to go this way. We've only got 38 seconds now, and I'm pretty sure, we're close. So what do we have here in terms of a roundabout? We've got a church and a roundabout. So I'm just using these city objects really to sort of try and... that looks like the right intersection. There's a roundabout. There's a church. The unsign something or other. Forgive my pronunciation. I'm really not sure of that. But I think this puts us in the right place here. And a long road stretching out to the north. So let us save a few seconds and make a guess. And that's right. We're 5,000 yards away. Just zooming out here to finish my thoughts. Yes, we saw this building. The long road stretching out to the north is what I was saying there, which sort of aligns with what was ahead of us there. And we started going up there before turning around and coming back. So needed the full time there. This looks like Korean to me. So I'm pretty sure we're in Korea. And it says Newtown there. Some English writing sort of confirms that. Wouldn't get that in Japan. Nice BMW there. Beautiful. Good to see. The question is where? And this might be more hard to get because, frankly, it's pretty hard, I think, to get things in Korea down to the T. So, unlikely to get a perfect score here. We've got the sun and these lovely ladies and this shopping area. So I suspect we're in, there's no reason to say why we wouldn't be in Seoul. We've got 11304. Quite a major area, and I'm seeing some signs, so this is what I'm heading towards. These green signs here, yes, fantastic. Court and Prosecutor's Office, 90 to 31. So let's get in there and see what we can see in Korea. Just have to get my head straight as to where we are. There we are. South Korea, obviously, when I refer to Korea, I'm talking about South Korea. Quite hard. I always find the Korean map hard because of this. It looks very different to the rest of Google, you know, with the orange roads and no numbers until you zoom sort of right in. You see, now there's no numbers on the road, which makes it very hard to guess. Even now we've zoomed in, you know, I don't see a road number, which is annoying because, you know, you really have to sort of get in close before. Well, you don't see anything. I mean, there is a 1 now. Now I can pick out a 1. So we know we're not on that. But yeah, I mean, we really could be anywhere. So Isu Junction and 31. We're heading west. So, you know, short of being able to find anything else, let's see what else is up here. Isu Junction. We're heading west. This is maybe a major junction coming up. Got a tall tower here. Let's just try and triangulate a little more. I mean, it looks like the city sort of stretches out to the west, but beyond that, there's maybe not so much. So maybe it's just a hill. But I wonder if there's anything else we can figure out here. Look, there's more of a road sign down here. So that's Isu Junction again. And the 1, yes. So the 1 then is here, and we've seen that. So, and there are some hills there actually in the northern side of Seoul. Of the river. So if we get to here, we know that right, which is west, east to the 1. We're currently heading north. So if you were heading north and you needed to go east to get on the 1, this is the 1 we've established already. We did see that eventually. So that might suggest that we're sort of here. Now, there are some hills it seems, in Seoul. I think, according to this map, I do find it hard to tell, but these are possibly the hills. So maybe there is a big river ahead of us. I can't see anything to do with Isu Junction. I suspect we're not zoomed in quite close enough. But we were close. Look at that. We were really close. Glad to have put down a pin. And actually, that's probably one of the best guesses I've ever had in South Korea. So I'm thrilled with that. We must have started obviously off the main road, and I'm not sure if we made our way down here or made our way up there or quite what we were looking at, but regardless, we were in the right spot, and I think right to go with the south side of the river, even though the hills were on the north side. I think we were looking at those. Next round. We're doing okay. We're doing good, actually. So that is fantastic. Traffic control, line mark. This looks North American to me. So we'll see about that. But we've got here Mackay City. Oh, no. Beg your pardon. Beg your pardon. We're in Australia. Mackay City. CQ University Australia in Mackay City, or Mackay City. I've never heard of Mackay City, so not sure where that puts us. But I think, you know, we will get there. That I'm sure of. Unless it's going to be Sydney Street. Yeah, okay. It might just be worth looking. I'm going to scroll for a bit further to see, you know, if there are any queues. But if not, I don't know where Mackay is. So Australia is a big place as well. I'm looking therefore for a state clue. We need to find out if we're in Western Australia. It's quite populated. The only place in Western Australia really is Perth. I mean, let's be honest. So this doesn't feel, you know, clearly we're not in Perth. So that pretty much rules out Western Australia. NAB, that's maybe like something Australia Bank. There must be something here. What's on the side of this taxi? Come on, taxi. Courtesy coach. North Jackson? Maybe? In a few seconds, we'll just start looking in Australia. It does look like it could be a little beachy. So, yes, in fact, we're at the beach. Pioneer River. So I'm going to use this to figure out which coast we're on. Looking east, I don't see much. But looking west is definitely inland. I think we're on the east coast then. So let's use that to narrow things down and go from Sydney. Mackay City. I wonder how far we have to zoom in. I'm going to not zoom in that far and just see if it pops up. Gosford, Central, Mardy, Warners. These sort of geographical inlets here really do fit the bill. I'm going to put down a safety pin. Nelson Bay, Forrester, Old Bar, Laurieton, Port Macquarie, Nambucca Heads, Coffs Harbour, Red Rock. McLean. What are we looking for again? It's Mackay. Gold Coast, Southport, Burleigh Heads, Sunshine Coast. There's less and less up here. Fraser Bay, New Auckland, Keppels. I think that's it, unfortunately. I haven't seen it. But we're in the right neck of the woods. I'm going to stick with my pin. Oh, it was way up there. Did I back out before we got there? That is frustrating. Maybe I did. Fraser Island. I think we saw that. Well, unfortunately, that's the nature of GeoGuessr. Sometimes it's right in front of you. Maybe we did. Did we get as far as Cairns? I'm not sure. But some good deduction there. This, I think, is the Great Barrier Reef. So definitely the place to be. Mackay, not quite sure how to pronounce it. We didn't quite find it, and unfortunately Australia is so huge that you can be just so far away, even if you're in the right neck of the woods. But good idea there to get the coast we were on, I think, before progressing. Otherwise, we could have been anywhere. We could have been around Adelaide, Perth, really, whatever. So not bad, but unfortunately that's dashed our hopes of a very high-scoring game. Okay, on to the next one. Interesting looking area, definitely different architecturally. Got this kind of Spanish vibe to it, doesn't it? So I wonder if we're getting more and more into this housing estate, which is not a good idea. Initial thoughts. Philippines, maybe? Going around in circles at the moment. Wonder if this sign, wouldn't that be useful if it does just say? That's interesting logo there, but don't recognize it. I wonder if can we skip out of here? That looks like the main street, to be honest. I want to be over there. So I'm actually going to go back to the beginning because I think we seem to have sort of started off on the wrong foot. Not sure. I'm going to go this way this time. We certainly didn't go this way before. Try and skip ahead a bit. See where we get to. Oh, and it's reloaded from the beginning again. I'm not sure now. Unfortunately, wasted quite a bit of time there. I'm gonna just try again. So yeah, this is strange. Definitely kind of the homes are big, beautiful homes. Lots of, big area there. Definitely sort of feels posh and, they look quite substantial, don't they? Unfortunately, we're sort of stuck in a housing estate and not getting any progress here. So I wonder, if we go this way, what we'll get to. And now we're at the edge of it all. So no dice. Well, maybe we just have to go with something else. So to the east are some hills. Maybe this is Taiwan. Maybe this is. I'm curious now to find out where we are. We can go up this road. So gonna keep exploring because we've got some time. But stuck in this residential area, unfortunately, which is going to cost me. I don't see any writing. I see some numbers. Going to really have to look at some clues here. But yeah, don't even see any writing, really. It just feels slightly Asian. But even that, I'm not sure. I mean, we could be in South America, we could be in the Caribbean. The sun isn't helping because it's directly ahead of me now and I'm going dead west. The architectural style is quite strange, I would say, with these homes with these grand looking gates and all the rest of it, and I'm completely stuck in this neighborhood, so bit annoying. But let's just save our time, shall we? And we'll go with a guess. I think this is even back to where we started. I wonder if there is anything through there. If we can just see a letter. Mega 9. Not sure. So going with the Philippines. Why not? The Philippines are up here. Let's go with Manila. With a couple seconds to go, we're on the outskirts of Manila. And in fairness, we were not a long way away. Different. I think this is Indonesia side of Borneo here. So in Indonesia, and the town we were in, one I've never heard of, Tawau. So we were in Tawau, and definitely, I mean, some absolutely gorgeous homes there. It was unfortunate. We were a bit stuck in it, frankly. I was hoping to get out onto one of these roads, but if I'm honest, and even if I saw the word Tawau, I'm not sure I'd have known where that was. So we'd have had to have maybe find the number 13 road and then find that is in eastern Borneo, which would have been a tall order, to be honest. But anyway, interesting. That is an interesting one. Never, been there before. So next round. We've got here some... Is this Cyrillic? Possibly. Yes. Definitely Cyrillic. So some Cyrillic writing. As we all know, that doesn't necessarily put us in Russia. Could be in the Ukraine. We could be in... is it Bulgaria? We could be... Well, look, we've got a Russian flag there, so that helps. That puts us in Russia. But, there are a few other places. That is also, I think, Russia there written. So, what do we think this area is? Now, in Russia, it's going to be impossible for me to actually go by the right city. Stop, I think that says. S-T-O-P. But, I don't know, one city from another in Russia. Now, I can say one thing for sure, and that this does not feel like Moscow. So we have to go by other clues as to where we are. So I think one way in which to do this is to look at the people, because you get sort of European-looking Russians, but you also get more East Asian-looking Russians that share sort of similar features with, like, the Mongolians, the Chinese, and so on, in terms of their complexion and their look and so on and so forth. So, and I don't think that puts us here. There's actually not that many people around, but so can't quite tell. There's a chap here with a pram, and these folk ultimately look more kind of European, I would say, perhaps more on the European side of things. So that's one way to guess. The second is sort of the foliage, the vegetation, the flora, and if I'm honest, things here look pretty green. There's some sort of evergreen style trees, but I think I saw some trees, to be honest, that even resembled sort of palms earlier. Just still worth checking all the signs and so on. But look, this to me almost has sort of a vibe as if we might be near Georgia or somewhere like that in sort of southern Russia, but on the European side. So I'm not sure. I'm turning around to look at the sign, and this will be the final clue I search for. Is there a sign there, or am I just making stuff up? No, there is a sign. Worth going to. Because whilst I was talking, the whole time, this is what really we're looking for. So just the one sign, so not great. And I don't recognize that thing there. So let's just keep that on the left, and we will go using my logic to sort of into this area here, because I think this is plausible. We're looking for something which in English writing would say P-O-C-T-O-B, Poktob. Obviously that is not how it's pronounced. I think first of all it's Rostov. P is an R and the C is an S, so Rostov. Rostov. Maybe that is it. Rostov, north. So does that put us south of Rostov-on-Don? Maybe it does. Are we in Krasnodar? This is it. This is Krasnodar. Kpach. And that is to the east. Well, I don't know. Oh my goodness. That is one of the most amazing guesses I've ever made in Russia. We found it. We were in the right town. I mean, we were a few blocks away, 1.2 miles. I mean, in all of Russia, that is insane. And to be, that close in such a big city, and also to have deduced it. I mean, that wasn't just a random guess. That was an educated one based on things that we saw on the sign and things that we tried to deduce. I think that might be one of the best guesses I've ever made. So you've witnessed it right here, right now. Honestly, absolutely fantastic. I'm thrilled to be to have made that guess. Really, we were so close. That's just what a way to end the map. 19105, game finished, well done. Well, look, in Ireland we did well. In Korea we didn't do too badly either. Australia was a bit of a letdown, unfortunately. Right neck of the woods with the incorrect guess in the Philippines when actually we were in Indonesia. But the final guess there is the cherry on the icing on the top of the cake in Russia. So absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much for watching this video. Do comment below if you saw things there that I missed, particularly on Australia, that could have helped me out. I always enjoy reading your comments and try to respond to as many of them as possible. Do also remember to like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.